Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers WR calms fears after Russell Wilson limited with calf tightness. Social media erupted around the Pittsburgh Steelers community on September 5 after ESPN's Adam Schefter and several others reported that the team listed quarterback Russell Wilson as a limited participant at Thursday's practice due to calf tightness. Considering Wilson's training camp and the delicacy of calf injuries in relation to the Achilles tendon, this news sparked immediate concern on X. Having said that, wide receiver Van Jefferson's reaction to the injury update appeared to calm those fears a bit. Van Jefferson had no idea Russell Wilson was limited today, Steelers insider Mark Kaboly first relayed on X. Take that for what it is worth. Although this is certainly a positive development from Kaboly, the Pittsburgh Tribune Review's Chris Adamski also shared video of a follow-up quote from Jefferson that was slightly less confident of who his quarterback would be against the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know the specifics of it or what's going on, but obviously Russ is a great competitor and he wants to be out there, Jefferson said. If Justin Fields has to step out there, he's more prepared to do that. But at the end of the day, we're just going to go out there and play. Whoever gets out there, the job still has to get done. Both quarterbacks are capable of doing that Sunday. We will roll with whoever is out there. While addressing the media on September 5, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin noted that the coaching staff elected to exercise some precaution after Wilson's calf tightened up at practice. He added that, in terms of Wilson's Week 1 status, the Steelers will see what tomorrow looks like and kind of go from there. Tomlin also expressed that there are no long-term concerns about Wilson's calf at this time, but did acknowledge that the veteran QB will probably get examined between now and the game in order to exercise an abundance of precaution. There were many reactions to Wilson's calf news on September 5, including a nervy one from longtime NFL quarterback Chase Daniel. I'm telling you, a calf for a QB is probably the worst injury you could have, Daniel weighed in. You're not yourself, you can't drop back normal, and can't move out of the pocket, which is Russell Wilson's game. Daniel also questioned whether Fields should start in Week 1, stating that he is worried about Wilson versus the Falcons. As fans responded to Daniel, one hit the nail on the head of a worst-case scenario fear, asking, didn't Aaron Rodgers tear his Achilles on the fourth play after dealing with a calf injury all offseason? That's my concern. Another reminded, saw it with Joe Burrow in the first part of last season too. If Wilson isn't 100% on Sunday, Daniel might have a point, as the risk of both injury and immobility are concerning. Troy Fautanu first full participation since his injury. Jaylen Warren, Corey Trice also full go. Obviously, Russell Wilson was the headliner, but there was more bad news as tight end Darnell Washington did not practice with a knee injury and wide receiver Roman Wilson is looking unlikely to play, per DeFabwa. On the bright side, rookie first-rounder Troy Fautanu logged his first full participation since his knee injury, and running Jaylen Warren, hamstring, returned as a full go, along with cornerback Corey Trice Jr., groin. Smile for the camera. Steelers Nation once again showed their worldwide support of the team when close to 5,000 fans participated in the annual Steelers World Photo Day. Fans shared pictures from 72 venues, representing 16 countries, with an amazing turnout of black and gold love. Fans in the United States, Mexico, Ireland, United Kingdom, Germany, and Honduras joined others from Argentina, Bahamas, Canada, Egypt, Spain, Hungary, Panama, Paraguay, Puerto Rico, and St. Lucia on September 1. The fans gathered in small and large groups with friends and family to take pictures in front of area landmarks or in their own fan cave and share them on social media, using #SteelersWorldwide. Some brought their terrible towels, others Steelers flags, but all were fully decked out in Steelers gear to show love for the team ahead of Sunday's season opener against the Atlanta Falcons. Will Russell Wilson's calf injury be a lingering problem for Steelers? Russell Wilson was limited in practice on Thursday due to calf tightness, although we don't know to what extent. He injured his calf during the Steelers' conditioning test to open training camp but seemed ready to go later on. Though limited in the second preseason game, he played in the third, albeit just one drive. One almost wonders in hindsight if the Steelers limited Wilson to one drive in the final preseason game because of his calf and worries that he might aggravate it. He played 5 drives the week before, but the Steelers were careful about what plays they ran. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin expressed no concerns, long-term or otherwise, about Wilson's calf, stressing an abundance of caution. But just because you're abundantly cautious doesn't mean you don't need to be. And a calf injury could certainly require caution in abundance. We will have to see today if Russell Wilson is a full participant in practice, though even that is not completely revealing because Friday practices for Sunday games are little more than walkthroughs. Fully practicing in a walkthrough won't tell us much, but limited or no practice will. What it won't tell us is whether Wilson plays in Atlanta. He is a veteran, and even though he is new to the team, he doesn't need the physical reps just to play. If Tomlin feels Wilson could play if they just let him rest until game time, that is what he'll do. My question isn't about this week, though, it's about the entire season. Is Russell Wilson going to be dealing with lingering calf issues throughout the year, and how will that limit them? Could it reach a point where they don't trust his mobility and decide to sit him? This is all thinking out loud, but naturally, thoughts occur to you when your starting quarterback is dealing with injury. Wilson has a long season to get through, and he won't have time to rest that calf if he is playing. Considering how important mobility is to his game, this could be a significant impairment if it lingers. The Steelers' 2024 season is approaching, following another disappointing year that culminated in a first-round playoff loss. The only change-up in the annual formula lately is whether they exit early or miss the playoffs altogether. They have had a long offseason since the Buffalo Bills stamped them out of their misery back in January. The biggest question hanging over the team is the quarterback question. Does Russell Wilson make them a Super Bowl-caliber team, or are they wasting a year? How will the team continue to address the depth chart? The regular season is here, following weeks of camp and preseason games. The Steelers made numerous moves through signings and trade and release. More than usual, they seemed comfortable creating holes, confident they can fill them. Some they managed to fill, others not so much. Now that we have so many pieces of the puzzle, however, we merely have a new set of questions to ask. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Russell Wilson? Leave your opinion in the comments.